August, Khadijah Mellah made sporting history because she rode to victory in the Magnolia Cup. This isn't extraordinary just because of her age. She's 18 years old. This is because she was the first jockey in Britain to race wearing a hijab.
Yeah. The 18-year-old's inspirational story features in a new documentary which airs this Saturday on ITV. Khadijah joins us now, along with ITV Racing presenter and executive producer of Riding a Dream, Oli Bell. And in Newmarket is Haviland, the horse Khadijah steered to victory in the Magnolia Cup. Before we speak to Haviland...
how long since you last saw Haviland, Khadijah?
Oh, it's been over a month. So.
Well, how does it make you feel to see Haviland this morning?
Oh, it's so adorable because I remember seeing him in that yard and riding him every morning. So.
I remember, Khadijah, we spoke to you on the morning of the race and it was a little bit like this. It was down the line, you were there, and I think I kind of joked that I'll go and place a little bet on, but I never did in the end, and I wish I had now. But being Muslim like you probably wouldn't have gone down well with the family, but anyway. I mean, what an extraordinary day that was. I mean, you know, what was in your mind during that day, just your first race? You thought, well, if I get through this race, it's going to be great, right?
Before the race, I was just a melt, like I was a complete mess, crying and nervous. During the race, I was also a mess. A lot of screaming, so you're probably going to see that in the documentary.
Oh, really?
Why were you screaming? Were you surprised at how frightening it was?
I don't know, I just got caught up in the moment. I was like, I really want to win this.
That's right.
I don't know what came over me, I just started screaming, so...
So you were screaming with excitement?
I was more screaming as encouragement for the horse,
right.
Haviland, for us to just get in there and try and get first.
It's an absolutely extraordinary story because, you know, you sort of made history here. The Ebony Horse Club has a sad beginning. It started because a young black teenager who was a promising show jumper was stabbed to death. I mean, you know, sort of tragic circumstances which led to this extraordinary group of people, which has now led to you doing this. And it was a game changer for you, as you say. 100%,
and there are so many young lives that are being changed via Ebony, and it's an incredible place, and I'm so glad that there is now coverage and Ebony is now getting more well-known and support.
Oli, you're a patron of the Ebony Horse Club, aren't you? So what was the idea? Did you meet Khadijah and think, hang on a moment, this is going to be a story which is really going to inspire people? Because there must be a lot of inspiring stories down there.
Yeah, and obviously in the documentary Khadijah features, but there's many other children at Ebony that have got unbelievable stories and are incredible young men and women there.
Yes.
It's a wonderful organisation.
I mean, just to establish, I wouldn't have thought Brixton was really the sort of heart of the horse community. It's not far from where I am, and I don't see many horses around that part of South London.
And obviously I've worked in racing my whole professional life. I lived for 2 or 3 years about a mile away from Ebony Horse Club, but I didn't know it existed. And then we needed to get a rider for the Magnolia Cup. And we only had Khadijah to choose from, really, because to qualify for the race...
Khadijah or Khadijah?
Yeah, you had to be 18 or over, and it was a female-only race.
Right.
So Khadijah was the only one who was available and could commit to the training. But at the beginning, she was doing her A-levels and undertaking Ramadan as well. So it was an incredible undertaking for Khadijah. But we put all our eggs in one basket, but I promise you, we could not have found a better basket to put them in. She is an absolute titan, this woman.
Khadijah, there were some people... I remember when you came on GMB back then in August? August, it would have been August, wasn't it? Yeah. And, you know, people... So what's the big deal? It's just a girl in a hijab. So what? But, you know, for me, for someone from a Muslim background, I think it is a massive deal because often women who wear hijabs are often accused of not being part of society or being in a closed world. And here's you embracing one of the British institutions, which is horse racing. It's a fantastic story and it breaks down so many barriers. Is that something that you're aware of? Is that something that you kind of feel that you want to lead that example?
Oh, 100%. And I'm just, as I've said, I've mentioned this so many times, I'm just glad there's a new story out there showing Islam in a good light and the representation of Islam in a positive sort of way, because I've come across many people who have associated Islam with only negative stories. And I'm very glad that I can be not only a role model to Muslim girls, but also just girls in general. Now I'm seen as someone that anyone can look up to, and I'm massively privileged.
So what happens next? Are you looking forward to racing again? Is there a plan?
I'm going to try and get back into training with my brother.
Right.
He's going for his licence soon. So.
Oh, really?
I'm going to keep at it with him.
Fantastic. Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Grand National one day, do you think, Oli?
This lady, I promise you, this lady can do anything she wants. She's got the world at her feet. I'm sure that if she wanted to, she'd win it.
Brilliant.
And when can we see the documentary?
So this Saturday, perfect morning for sport on ITV. Rugby World Cup final, fingers crossed England can win, and then straight after the World Cup final, Riding
We
the
see
Dream will be
Khadijah
on.
Brilliant.
win as
Well,
well.
an audience you're going to inherit there. Fantastic.
It's going to be great.
Fantastic. It's just lovely to meet you, Khadijah, and
Thank you so much
congratulations.
for having me.
It's such an inspiring story. And it's fantastic, Oli, to find out about the Ebony
Yeah,
Horse
it
Club.
really is. It's a great place.
What a great place. Brilliant stuff. Thank you both.